Are you tired of memorizing a dozen IP addresses and ports just to access your Homelab apps? Let me show you Homarr. Homarr is a modern, sleek dashboard that puts all your self-hosted apps and services at your fingertips with a drag and drop interface. In this video, I'm going to show you how to deploy Homarr and get a complete dashboard set up with all of your Homelab services fully integrated. This video was voted on over the weekend in our weekly Discord vote. If you'd like to cast your vote for what we record next, make sure you've joined our Discord server. You'll find a link in the video description below. I'm your host, Evan. Let's get started. Before I deploy Homarr, I'm going to want to create a dataset for all of its data on TrueNAS. Let's click on Datasets on the left tab. In my tank pool, I already have a configs dataset for all of my configs. I'm going to click Add Dataset on the top right to add one for Homarr. Leave the dataset preset as generic and click Save. Once your dataset is created, we need to adjust its permissions. On the lower right, you'll see a permissions section. Once you've found that, click Edit. We're going to leave the user as root. Let's change the group to apps. Enable all group permission checkboxes and disable all the checkboxes for other. Click on the Apply Group checkbox and click Save. Now let's deploy Homarr. We're going to deploy this showing two different examples. You can pick which one you want to do, but don't do both. First, I'll show you how to deploy this through the Apps Catalog. Click on your Apps tab. In the top right, click Discover Apps. In the search bar, type Homarr. Click Homarr, and then click the blue Install button. On the Install Homarr page, we want to scroll down, and the first thing we see is the time zone. You can set this to whatever you want. Next, we have a secret encryption key, and in order to generate that, we have to jump over to the Wiki. In the top search bar, search for Homarr. Click the results. In section 1, Deploy Homarr, click the TrueNAS tab. And over here, you'll see instructions for the secret encryption key. We need to generate it with this command. Right-click that and copy that command. And I'm going to duplicate my tab for TrueNAS and jump over to System Shell. And then paste that command and hit Enter. It has generated a random key for me, and I'm just going to copy this key, go back to my other TrueNAS tab, and paste it in. Then I want to make sure I click the Mount Docker Socket checkbox. Scroll all the way down. I'm going to change the port to 7575. In the data storage, I'm going to change IX volume to host path, then select the path that we created before in my Mount Tank Configs Homarr dataset. Once this is done, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and click Install. Now I'm going to show you doing this on Dockge, and I'm actually going to use the Dockge version for the rest of this demonstration. If you want to go ahead and keep going with the TrueNAS Apps version, click Web UI and follow the rest of this video, skipping the next section. If you've never used Dockge before, we have a video explaining how to use this in the video description below, and it'll make your deployment a lot easier. To deploy via Dockge, I'm going to jump into my Dockge Web UI. Click on the plus compose button in the top left. Give your stack a name. I'm going to call mine Homarr. On the right, remove all this placeholder information and jump back over to the wiki. Click the Docker tab, then copy all this information in the block. Go back to Dockge and paste it on the right. As long as you don't have any other Docker containers running on port 7575, you should be fine. If you do, go ahead and change this port. You'll notice here the secret encryption key needs to be changed. We need to remove this string and add a real encryption string. Jump back to the wiki. And on the bottom, you'll see how to generate the secret encryption key using this command. Let's copy this, go back to TrueNAS, go to my shell, and paste. Now I'm going to copy this key back into Dockge. We're going to pass the Docker sock into the container so it can read our Docker containers on the host. And I'm going to use the config path that I built in my Mount Tank pool. If your pool is named something other than tank, change it here. And if you're using a completely separate directory structure, make sure the left of the colon reflects where the data will actually be saved, and then click Deploy. Once it's running, you'll see the blue pill turn to running, and then click 7575 to be taken to the dashboard. It says to get started, please select how you want to set up your Homarr instance, and we want to start from scratch. First, I'll pick a username and a password. Let's create my user. I'm going to turn off my analytics And I'm going to turn off the Google search box crawled links just because I want to give as little data to Google as humanly possible. Click continue. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and create my first board. I can click open board and I'm taken to a new blank slate. There are two ways to add content to this board. The first is with apps and the second is with integrations. I'm going to jump back out to the management console. You'll see apps up here, but we don't want to use this. We want to pull directly from Docker if it's a Docker container already running on the host. But if not, you can just add an app one-off by entering its information by hand here. The faster way is to just use the Docker tool. I'm going to add my Mealy app. I can see it was successfully added to Homarr, so now I'm going to go back to my board, click the pencil icon to edit, and click plus to add my app. Certain apps and widgets work very well with integrations, so I'm going to show you an integration now. And go back out to the management screen. In the integrations, I'm going to add a new integration. Scrolling through this list, we can see that Homarr includes a lot of integration, and I'm going to do one for TrueNAS. Now that I've got these three grouped together, I'm going to create a category to keep them all in one place. Now let's add some other integrations. Checking on the project health of Homarr, on GitHub, we can see that Homarr has about 2,900 stars. They've pushed over 74 releases, with the latest stable being 1.45.2 on December 2025. The current documentation version shows 151, so they're actually developing the next release as we speak. Looking at the commit history, they've got over 3,700 commits and 43 different contributors, making this a very mature, stable project with consistent updates. You'll notice they recently did a major rewrite, moving from the old AnginArt repository to Homarr-Labs, and the new version is significantly faster and more polished. Comparing this to something like Dashy, I think it depends on what you're looking for. Dashy is an absolute beast. Nearly 24,000 stars on GitHub, 50 built-in widgets, a ton of themes. It's pretty feature-rich, but it's primarily a YAML configured dashboard. It has a UI editor, but at its core, you're working with a config file. If you love tweaking configs and want granular control over every detail, Dashy is phenomenal. Homarr takes the opposite approach. It's drag and drop from the start with no YAML to learn, no configs to manage. It has fewer widgets than Dashy, but the 30 plus integrations covers most Homelab uses. Both have authentication built in and both look great, but personally I like Dashy for power users who want maximum customization and don't mind the learning curve, and I like Homarr for people who want a dashboard running in 5 minutes and never want to see the config YAML files. If you want to compare it for yourself, go watch our Dashy video linked below. Homarr is a fantastic dashboard for anyone who wants a clean, modern interface without wrestling with configuration files. The downside is if you're a power user who wants to tweak every pixel, you might feel a little bit limited. What dashboard are you running in your home lab? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video we release. If you want to see content YouTube won't let us show you, head over to Patreon, and there's a link for that in the video description below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, stay curious.